majority of East Africa community relies on agriculture and livestock production as the main source of livelihood, yet these sources are experiencing challenges including environmental degradation and climate change. These challenges have significantly reduced household livelihood base, thus exacerbating poverty indices that are already spiraling in the region. A number of interventions have been promoted at household level.
Many cases that when people start practicing FMNR, it opens up new opportunities for them so that they can diversify, and instead of solely being reliant on a single crop, and if that crop fails due to flood or drought or insect pests, they now have backup activities. The trees themselves become an industry, providing fuel wood, building poles, and as I mentioned, sometimes fruits, medicines, and a place for bees.
FMNR was introduced in the region by World Vision as a cheap, easily replicable and adaptable intervention, since farmers already have basic knowledge on tree management, and what they only require is some few farm implements such as machete and a pruning hook.
The biggest transformation that I've seen is, first is the increase of tree cover at low costs among the farmers, which is something major because the farmers are able to have the trees on their farms using less money compared to tree planting.
Here in Uganda, around 95% of the people depend on fuel wood for cooking, for light, for heating, and so on. So it solves that problem besides other values that we get from the forestry.
And there's no doubt that the program FMNR has delivered in terms of land and water conservation, including in terms of increasing foraging space for animals, in reducing food insecurity. But there's some other spin-off effects from that, with the dramatic growth in, the dramatic increase in tree growth. Women and children who might otherwise have spent hours travelling long distances to forage for firewood are no longer need to do that. FMNR means that they can devote those hours that they would have spent foraging for firewood to education, to running small businesses. The program to date in this part of the world has touched some 160,000 farmers, of which 60,000 are women. So that's well over 33%. So we're very proud of that.
What we are realizing is that over 50% of those who have already adopted and even reaping the benefits have reported an increase in income.
Utunzaji wa mazingira unatupatia faida kwa maana ya kwamba tunapotunza mazingira na kufuga nyuki tunapata fedha ambazo zinatufanya sisi tuweze kupanua mashamba kwenye upande wa kilimo, lakini miongoni mwetu kuna watu wanafuga mbuzi, wanafuga ng'ombe.
Kupitia FMNR ninapochea hiyo miti yangu naleta kuni hiyo kidogo kwa mkono namna hii. Na ya samani kwa tunaenda kuni kwa msituni kutafuta, lakini hii sasa imetufaidi kwa sababu tunaleta hiyo kuni kwa mkono na inatumika kidogo sana. Tulipata pia kusikia kuna jiko ambaye inaharakisha chai, haina moshi yake ni kidogo kwa sababu hakuna mahali baridi na pika. Sasa naenda street. Samani tulikuwa tunaenda kuni mingi. Na ukileta hiyo kuni, ukileta kwa mgongo moja unatumia kwa siku 2. Lakini wakati huu tulipopata jiko tunatumia kuni 3 ama kuni 4, na tukileta hiyo mgongo ya samani tunatumia kwa wiki 1.5.
In terms of the FMNR's success, one of the things that World Vision has been very careful to do, and I commend them for this, is it's worked very closely with county governments in Kenya and elsewhere, governments more broadly in some of the other countries as well, and so that ensures that FMNR is properly aligned with some of the programs that these governments are running.
Players and also the resources from government are now a convergence that if we put efforts together, we create awareness, we invest in creating awareness, and also people seeing the practical elements of how cheap FMNR is, then it will be the vehicle where the government can now realize its dream through the policies of regreening, but also having all the stakeholders on board to have more impact and sustainable interventions.